Share with the folks exactly what the benefits and features of our Raven backpack vacuum are. And my thought is we want to make it as interesting and as informative as possible. So I'd really like to represent sort of the end user, if you will, and we'll call upon Al's expertise and give him as hard a time as possible to demonstrate to us why this is the premier backpack in the industry. So Al, you want to get started?
Absolutely. Well, as you're aware, we have a 6-quart and a 10-quart backpack. Difference being one's 6 quarts, one's 10 quarts. So we're going to focus on the 10-quart, which is our most popular model. It's constructed out of rotomolded plastic. It's incredibly strong, holds my weight when I stand on it, if you have a need to stand on your vacuum cleaner. The wall, or the lid itself, is a double wall construction. Unlike a lot of the competitors' products, it's a single injection molded, very thin wall. So
now with the injection molding, I notice it's much more brittle plastic.
Correct.
So the big difference with the roto molding is it's damn near indestructible.
Absolutely. There's an inherent strength to the process that the bond is just stronger in the plastic, and you get a more robust product. We build all of our products at Sandia out of this, so from the extractors and the hipster and the backpack bags.
Now I notice, since we're on it, we might as well we'll touch upon it. When we talk about the roto molding, I notice it's got a really nice granite facade, if you will. We can make this in any color?
Any color. We can, that's the great thing about the rotomolded process. It gives us tremendous flexibility in the colors. So we do it for a number of customers in their colors.
So you do private labeling as well?
Yeah, we call it private branding, but absolutely.
Very good, I'm learning. The other thought I had was, a lot of times something won't wear out, but it'll ugly out, like a carpet, for an example. Sure. I notice with the rotomolding, when things get scratched or gouged or dirtied over years of time, one of the benefits and features of our rotomolding process is we can refire the exterior and bring back the luster and the gloss once again.
Absolutely. It was one of the most amazing things to me when I started was you'd see these machines come in that have seen wars out in the field, and they're coming in just for regular service on the pump or whatever it may be, but they're beat up. They're scratched up from getting on and off a truck and dirty, but when they leave here, they look brand new. And again, just the process that you're explaining, any scratches, all that goes away. So the lid, as I explained, is a double-walled construction. So again, very rigid, very strong, yet lightweight. The hose screws in, and then in the finished products, they're actually siliconed in as well, so it's very secure.
What is your average brand X? Are they screwed in like that?
Nope, they have a friction mount that typically goes straight in the top. So theirs goes left or right, regardless of how you put the lid on, but it gives you, you basically have a very rigid vertical piece right behind your head, so the cord has a tendency to hit you. Ours, coming off at this nice soft angle, wraps around your shoulder nicely. It gives you nice ease of use. You can go left or right, depending
so it's interchangeable.
Absolutely, depending on how you attach it.
Got it.
The other benefit of having the angle here is that when it comes in, as opposed to coming straight in, and let's say a paper clip, the paper clip with a competitor's product would come straight in like a projectile and right down into the bottom of the bag, with the chance of piercing it. With ours, you have two things. You have one, the angle at which it's coming in, and then the deflector plate, which is designed into the lid itself. So it's going to take any velocity off of an object like that and prevent it from piercing the bag. Another nice feature about ours is we have the powder-coated stainless steel latches. So virtually indestructible, give you a nice secure fit to ensure that the lid is on tight, whether it's on the top or on the bottom. When you use it as a blower, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, I noticed they snug down really effectively.
Absolutely.
Great, let me hold that for you.
Thanks.
Okay.
So, and we'll work our way in. These are the first 2 stages of the filtration.
How many stages are there?
It's a 4-stage filtration system.
Got it.
So you're going to have the HEPA bag. So this is actually a HEPA filtration bag. Then you have the filtration bag, which is, you have to use this all the time. So these have to be used in conjunction. You can't use one or the other. You use them together to improve your filtration.
This cutaway is very effective, so this is nice that we have this.
It is. Normally you'd be reaching in like this, but we're going to go the easy way and just take it out like that. This is phase 3 of our filtration. This is a motor filter, so this will keep any debris that does manage to get out of your motor. And stage 4 is right down here. It's your exhaust filter, so anything that gets through the motor is going to get caught right there. So I'm going to set this down over here.
Sure.
Another thing to talk about here on the filter is this bag support plate, and this is unique to Sandia in our backpacks. What the bag support plate does is when the bag is in here, it actually keeps the bag off of the motor. It still leaves a little airspace right down here, and because of this convex shape of the cavity, you allow airflow continuously to flow around the entire bag. So if you can imagine, the competitors' products are vertical, very straight up and down sides, tight to the bag. So when the bag fills up, it has a tendency to squeeze up against the side.
As well as smother the motor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you have two things going against you. You have reduced suction on the motor because the bag is sucking down onto the motor.
You also have wear and tear on those motors because they heat up.
Sure.
Okay.
And then you have the bag on a competitor's product will bulge out. And so with our bag, you're going to get 100% fill. You're going to fill right up to the top. When you take that hose out, if you take it all the way, you're filled. With the competitors' bags, we're typically seeing about a 75% fill at best. So it's a tremendous feature. It's a tremendous benefit to your customer. It's a great value add.
So with us, a 10 quart gets you a 10 quart fill. And with Brand X, oftentimes, even though we think in terms of 10 quart, we're really only getting 6 or 7.
Correct.
Maybe 7.5 max.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. So another important feature to talk about on the outside of our machine here as we're working our way through it is the backrest itself. It's an ergonomic design. It has a great contour to it. So as you're wearing a backpack, these typically are worn high on the back for comfort and weight distribution. So this contour really helps. Competitors' products, straight up and down, and most people's backs aren't
Big
designed
difference.
that way.
I also noticed it's got a really nice cushion in there.
It's got a great cushion here. The pads themselves are well cushioned.
Yeah,
you have
very generous padding if you look at not only the shoulder straps but the hip.
Absolutely. You have a
What do we refer to it as? Our cummerbund, if you will?
you have a cummerbund on here as well. That the cummerbund also has a little bit of a lumbar support to it, so it is giving
Great
you a little.
point. I don't know if you guys can see that, but really comfortable fit, especially when you're dealing with hours of production time. It makes
Exactly.
a huge difference on the operator.
Adjustable straps for the straps, as well as your chest strap, which gives you a little bit more support across the chest. You have built-in carriers for all your tools,
Smart.
so your tools are right at hand. They're kind of right at the back of you there. The switch on our machine is actually built into the housing itself. So again, that roto-molded housing that we talked about, the strength and durability of it, that's protecting your switch. Most competitors have their switch on a pigtail. We just
That
have,
usually translates into a maintenance issue over time.
right.
So Al, tell us about the plug protector. I think it's a fantastic feature of this machine. It saves both tearing out the plug from the machine as well as wear and tear on the extension cord. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Our machines are pigtailed, so you don't have to lug around the extension cord every time you move it from one place to another. But we have the plug protector on here, which my preference is to actually have the pigtail supported there. That way you're always ready. You don't have to worry about remembering to put something through there. And what it does is simply, as you explained, it takes the tension off of here. So that it's nice and flexible here. You got a nice loose curve, and then you can just connect it to your lead cord.
Got it.
Which we
Got it.
include a 50-foot bright yellow safety lead cord. So.
Great. Now the beauty there is if for any reason you damage your cord, it gets stuck in a door, it gets cut, or it's lost, you can go locally and replace it rather than being at the effect of having to special order
Absolutely.
a cord. Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
Thank you. How about certification? What do we have here?
Well, all of our products are made in the USA, and we're proud to label them that way. We are CRI certified, which is Carpet Rug Institute, so it's a great honor for us to know that we're doing what the professionals need us to do. I guess the last thing we need to talk about on this one is the versatility of it as a low-speed blower. So, where did we put the lid? You took it from me over
I
there.
got it right here.
So if you take out the fourth stage of the filtration, which is the exhaust filter, and you take the lid and
Reattach it on the bottom.
Reattach it on the bottom with those powder-coated stainless steel latches. What you end up with is a low-speed blower. So now imagine a movie theater or a large
The
staircase.
popcorn on the floors and whatnot.
You can start at the top, blow everything down to the bottom, and then you can sweep it all up down at the bottom.
Yeah, like I know with us, we use it for some of the larger staircases at the hotels where you've got all the little dust and debris in the corners, and we just take it right
Sure.
down the steps. Another good example would be like an elevator, where you got very limited time, you got to get in, you got to get out. So blow it out to the landing, let the elevator go,
Excellent idea.
deal with it later. Yeah.
It's a great tip. Great tip.
Front of apartment buildings or entryways, it is versatile. It's very good.
So this is that's the Raven. It's by far the best backpack in the industry. You know, a lot of people have said that they're going to teach you how to clean faster, and we'll do it not only faster, but we'll do it better.
Great.
So,
Well done. Now, in terms of tools that come along with this, I see here we've got a 4-inch upholstery tool.
Absolutely.
We've got the horse here, and I notice the qualities are very good on the tools.
Yep. These are great for cleaning out vents, ceiling fans, anything like that. It's stiff enough that it's going to remove the dust, but gentle enough that it's not going to mar it.
Great.
The crevice tool, used all kinds of places down along the baseboards. The carpet meets the baseboards. In auto detailing, it's very popular. You know, get down in
Great.
between the seats and the upholstery.
And then,
You have your 2-bend aluminum extension wand.
I notice once again, just superior craftsmanship on this. Really well done.
Absolutely. There's no
Breaks
play.
down as well if you got to travel it.
Yep. There's no play in that bar, so when you're pushing it, you're not jiggling around. And then you also have your 14-inch scallop tool. So that's perfect for carpet or hard surfaces.
Or hard surface, great. And I'm noticing now with this this hose, once again, the quality of this is extraordinary. And I know, I mean, we might as well do it. You were talking about how strong this stuff
Oh,
is.
sure.
But it's crush proof, yes?
Absolutely. So the hose itself, you can step on it all you want. And of course,
Yeah, I noticed some of the cheaper products from Brand X, the hose is very brittle, non-flexible, compared to this, just extraordinary.
absolutely.
Are you really going to stand on that?
And I've lost
All
some
right.
weight.
Go ahead, come on.
An ounce or two.
That's incredible.
So yeah. So they stand up.
The other thing I noticed is when we look at the superior craftsmanship, this roto-molded cavity whatnot for the switch really protects it. Hopefully this is giving you some great insight as to why Sandia and why, in terms of optimizing profitable performance, our 10-quart Raven is definitely the best way to go. So folks, exactly what the benefits and features of our Raven backpack vacuum are. And my thought is we want to make it as interesting and as informative as possible. So I'd really like to represent sort of the end user, if you will, and we'll call upon Al's expertise and give him as hard a time as possible to demonstrate to us why this is the premier backpack in the industry. So Al, you want to get started?
Absolutely. Well, as you're aware, we have a 6-quart and a 10-quart backpack. Difference being one's 6 quarts, one's 10 quarts. So we're going to focus on the 10-quart, which is our most popular model. It's constructed out of rotomolded plastic. It's incredibly strong, holds my weight when I stand on it, if you have a need to stand on your vacuum cleaner. The wall, or the lid itself is a double wall construction. Unlike a lot of the competitors' products, it's a single injection molded, very thin wall. So
Now with the injection molding, I notice it's much more brittle plastic.
correct.
So the big difference with the roto molding is it's damn near indestructible.
Absolutely. There's an inherent strength to the process that the bond is just stronger in the plastic and you get a more robust product. We build